Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liam's miracle, Nick's romantic move, and Eric's announcement. There will be spoilers for the bold and the beautiful. Fans can anticipate Eric Forrester giving a speech and making an announcement in tomorrow's episode. Nick Marone meanwhile approaches Brooke Logan romantically. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. First, let's talk about Liam's miracle. In order to save Liam's life, Bill Spencer spent $1 million on Grace Buckingham. At least not in the US, the surgery was not authorized. In Monday's episode, Grace's behavior and flashbacks imply that there was never a tumor at all, despite her belief that everything is ideal. What if something goes wrong following Liam's brain operation, which is so intrusive and dangerous? Recuperation might be challenging. Returning to Liam's recuperation, news will get out that he isn't actually dying. Rich Forrester, Taylor Hayes, and Brooke Logan were informed of the wonderful news by Katie Logan and Will Spencer. The fact that Liam could finally get back together with Beth and Kelly Spencer was even better. He'll give an impassioned speech about life and love with Eric. Then, Eric will announce that the trip to Italy is still on. Naturally, now that Liam is going to be alright, everyone will feel much better. But I'm curious if Liam would experience issues while his loved ones are abroad. According to previews on The Bold and the Beautiful, Nick will pursue Brooke romantically once more. Could Brooke choose to follow her new journey now that Ridge is firmly moving on with Taylor? She must finally go past the dressmaker. Fans may continue to ponder about this miraculous treatment as they watch Bridget Forrester and John Finn Finnegan. Neither of them understands any of it. In addition to Taylor, Hope Logan also raised suspicions. Additionally, fans may see more of Lee Finnegan. Lee hasn't been around much since the passing of Luna Nozawa. Is that because Lee is pursuing her own evil plan? What is the plot thread you are most excited to follow? Ivy's feelings for Liam return when Beth and Kelly pay Daddy a visit. Ivy Forrester's affections for Liam Spencer were rekindled while Beth and Kelly Spencer were visiting their father. According to The Bold and the Beautiful, Ivy reflected on her connection with Liam at the design office at Forrester Creations and acknowledged how much she had missed him now that he was near death. Ivy was anxious about running out of time after confiding in Electra Forrester that Liam was a major factor in her decision to return to Los Angeles. Liam supported Ivy during one of the darkest moments of her life, and she wasn't sure how she would say goodbye to him. Will Spencer, Katie Logan, and Brooke Logan met up next in the episode. Rich Forrester and Taylor Hayes in the CEO's office. Will and Katie disseminated the word about Liam's experimental procedure there. The news that Liam had been cured shocked Ridge, Taylor, and Brooke. Everyone at the Spencer mansion was still in awe of Liam's chance to live and see his girls mature. Liam insisted on meeting Beth and Kelly today because he was going to be alright. Liam's head bandage and all the equipment seemed to frighten Kelly and Beth a little, but he cheered them up with jokes and assurance. Steffi Forrester and Hope Logan also assured the girls that Liam would be alright. When Grace Buckingham received a thank you text from Bill Spencer in her office, she appeared uncomfortable and guilty. Bridget Forrester questioned Grace about why she had sent Liam off to Bill's care so quickly, but Grace accepted a shady phone call and fired Bridget for the time being. Bridget was obviously skeptical of Grace and flashed back to different instances with her in the hospital corridor. She received confirmation that Bill's money had been transferred back in Grace's office. As the events of the day finally caught up with her, Grace experienced a mild panic attack. John Finn Finnegan once asked Bill if he had stayed in contact with Grace following the procedure. As Finn continued to appear thoughtful about the entire issue, Bill provided updates on the text he wrote out of gratitude. Bill muttered that it was the best money he had ever spent after Liam spent some quality time with Beth and Kelly as a father and daughter. Ivy pines for him and Grace acts shady, as Liam reunites with his daughters. Despite everyone's worst fears, Liam's miraculous recovery was confirmed by the MRI. Hope and Steffi inform Liam that they have experienced a significant miracle at Bill's. He will be able to watch his young daughters grow up and won't be leaving them. His mind is totally clear. According to Bill, Steffi assures her former partner that they will be together for a very long time. Liam laughs incredulously and sobs. Hope makes the decision to bring the children over by calling the nanny. Bill is taken aside by Finn, who tells him how wonderful this is. This is not typically how cases like this end. It's a miracle, says Bill. Finn appears doubtful. Bill tells Hope and Steffi that he would do anything for his boy, even though they weren't sure if it would work. He sits by the bed and tells his son how appreciative he is that his tumor was removed. He will never be able to forgive himself for putting Steffi and himself in danger by releasing Luna. Finn is bringing the girls up, Steffi and Hope declare. He lets them in. Hope assures them that there is nothing to be concerned about, even though their father was in the hospital. He begins displaying all of his tubes after telling the children that it makes him happy to see them. They remind the daughters that despite his hardships, their father is a true hero. They have a lot to anticipate, and Liam won't be leaving anytime soon. There will be a lot of dances between fathers and daughters. I've never spent a better $1 million, Bill murmurs to himself. Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor are debating whether to postpone their trip to Italy at Forrester. Katie and Will burst in with exciting news. They explain that extraordinary brain surgery was used to cure Liam. Ridge believes they need to be appreciative. It's great, says Brooke. Will is happy that he will have the opportunity to know his older brother better. To find out more, Taylor chooses to give the hospital a call. Ridge is looking for people to give thanks to. Will is aware that his father has recently made some foolish choices. Ridge goes on and on about that. Will notes that it was a good thing to save Liam's life. What Liam has accomplished this week, and how much he has to live for, leaves them in awe. Will is beginning to believe that his brother is eternal. Taylor has a few more queries. Ivy is preoccupied with thoughts of how cruel the world would be if Liam were taken away, while Electra is raving about how amazing her bangles are in the design office. He was present throughout one of the darkest moments of her life, she explains. She is reminded of how much she misses him as she realizes his life will be cut short. They discuss her relationship with him. She had never had a better boyfriend than him. He has positive vibes, according to Electra. Ivy believes that he is the complete package. They appreciate it. The boys of Bill are completely different from their father. Ivy frequently ponders whether they could have had another opportunity. She must now learn how to say goodbye for good. Electra was unaware of how deeply she felt for him. Ivy claims that this has helped to put everything in perspective. She wishes she had been able to help him. There is still time, according to Electra. Ivy finds it impossible to imagine his death. He is really young. Nobody, in Electra's opinion, is prepared to lose Liam. Bridget interrupts Grace as she is thoughtfully reading a thank you text, excited to discuss Liam. She queries why she gave her approval for him to depart so quickly. Though she doesn't have time for this, Grace is aware of her worry. Bridget leaves after she receives a call. Grace informs the caller that she was just going to give them a call. She received a text message informing her that the $1 million had been deposited. As she recalls alerting everyone about the tumor and now having it removed, she almost begins to hyperventilate. As she strolls down the hallway, Bridget muses over how strange this circumstance is. We're fully engaged. We're engaged, declares Taylor. Thus, the Ridge-Brooke redo issue should be resolved, Nick says. Eric informs Ridge. Brooke is the only person in the world for you. Finn informs Bridget. There are still a lot of unanswered questions. Liam, what actually happened to you? Finn ponders. Is Grace going to go into hiding? This is exciting. For someone who is worried about Liam's health, Grace is behaving shadily. She has participated in his care from the start. It was Grace who found the tumor in his brain. It was untreatable and inoperable, she said. She gave the impression that Liam was dying. She was suddenly concealing this secret treatment in the back of her pocket, though. Grace told Liam and Bill that the mass in his brain could be removed through this experimental process. Nothing was questioned by them. They were both so desperate to try anything, in fact. The price tag didn't matter to Bill. He valued saving his son's life above all else. Grace might be on the run, though, since it appears that she is outperforming Bill. Bridget questioned Grace about the practice that went against hospital policy throughout the episode. Grace avoided the questions as if she were competing in a dodgeball match. She had previously texted Bill regarding Liam's scan while she was at Santa Anita. This leaves us wondering if she'll be headed back into hiding again. She could take a plane to Europe instead of Santa Anita. She could claim that she is needed by her daughters. She will also continue to be questioned over the top-secret process. It's not just Bridget who has inquiries. Finn will want to know who started the process and how this came to be. We have reason to believe that Grace was coerced into operating on Liam. What do you think? Is Grace going to go into hiding? Or do you believe that this dubious process will cause her to lose everything? Share your opinions with us in the comments area. Your urgent questions are what we want to know.